Hello everybody in the land of the internet, Jason Rivers here, and welcome to this unboxing of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG Realm of the Sea Emperor First Edition Structure Deck. I picked this up from chaoscards.co.uk. I highly recommend them to anyone who is UK based as they deliver the cards extremely quickly. But yeah, let's just open this up and see what we get inside. As you can see, it's a blue box, so I assume, and judging from the picture, there's going to be a lot of water monsters in this deck. Just get this open. Okay, and we have, I'll come back to that in a minute, we have the official rulebook, as usual. A miniature sheet telling you what kind of cards to add to this deck with different power packs and booster boxes, a deck list of all the cards in the deck, and a few different combinations to help you with the strategies and stuff like that. Next we have the playmat, which will have a picture of Poseidra, the Atlantean dragon, if I can get this open. Which looks pretty badass in my opinion. And of course the deck. So I will place these cards into the appropriate sleeves and I will be back momentarily to review them. Okay, now that the cards are in their sleeves, let's have a look at them. First we'll start off with our ultra rare, Poseidra the Atlantean dragon. You contribute 3 level 3 or lower water monsters to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. When you do, return all spell and trap cards on the field to the hand, and if you do, if 3 or more cards are returned to the hand by this effect, all your opponent's monsters lose 300 attack. So the effect seems pretty long-winded, but very valuable if you can pull it off. Next is our super rare, Atlantean Dragoons. All face-up level 3 or lower sea serpent monsters can attack your opponent directly. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, add 1 sea serpent type monster from your deck to your hand except Atlantean Dragoons. And next, super rare, Call Up the Atlanteans. Target 3 level 3 or lower sea serpent monsters in your graveyard and special summon all 3 of them. You cannot special summon a monster during the turn you activate this card. So obviously this would be good in combination with Poseidra. Next, Atlantean Marksman. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Atlantean Sea Serpent type monster from your deck except this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target 1 set card that your opponent controls and destroy it. It's pretty good. Atlantean Heavy Infantry. I believe that this card is essentially the same as the Marksman, but instead you can destroy 1 face-up card instead. Next we have Atlantean Pikeman, which is just a normal monster with no effect. No defense and 1400 attack. Atlantean Attack Squad. This card gains 800 attack while you control another fish, sea serpent or aqua type monster. Lost Blue Breaker. If there is another face-up fish, sea serpent or aqua type monster on the field, you contribute this card and target 1 spell or trap on the field and destroy it. Armed Sea Hunter. After damage calculation, if this card battles an effect monster, negate the effects of the monster, including in the graveyard. You must control a different water monster to activate and resolve this effect. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another level 3 or lower water monster instead. So in a way, it's kind of like one of the 6 samurai cards. Next we have a spined, is it spined? Yeah, spined Gilman. All fish, sea serpent and aqua monsters you control gain 400 attack. Deep Sea Diva. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower sea serpent type monster from your deck. So good for bringing out other monsters for synchro summons, or you can bring another level 2 monster out for an Xyz summon. Mermaid Archer. Once per turn you can target one level 3 or lower monster you control and equip that target to this card. You can only equip one monster at a time. While equipped, this card gains 800 attack, and if this card would be destroyed, then you can destroy the equipped monster instead. Kodorus. You can send one face-up Umi that you control to the graveyard to target 2 cards in your opponent controls and send those targets to the graveyard. So that's pretty good when you get your field cards out. The Warrior of Atlantis. You can discard this card to the graveyard to add 1 legendary ocean from your deck to your hand. So essentially it's a beta and also a miniature version of terraforming. Abyss Soldier. Once per turn you can discard 1 water monster to the graveyard to target 1 card on the field and return it to the hand. Screech. If this card is destroyed by battle, send 2 water monsters from your deck to the graveyard. Snowman Eater. This card is essentially Man-Eater Bug or an old Vindictive Magician. When it's flipped face up, you can target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. And it also has 1,900 defense. Nightmare Penguin. All face-up water monsters that you control gain 200 attack, and when this card is flipped face up, target 1 card that your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. So this card is obviously good for powering up your monsters, and it's also a miniature version of Penguin Soldier. And of course Penguin Soldier is next. It's a flip effect, and you can target 2 monsters on the field and return those targets to the hand. So always good for getting rid of your opponent's larger like monsters, like 7, 8 or 9 stars, etc. Deep Diver. At the end of the battle phase, if this card was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can choose 1 monster from your deck and place it at the very top. Reese, the Ice Mistress. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a level 4 or higher monster. That's pretty good. Mother Grizzly. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 water monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. And Frilla Rabka. While a face-up fish, sea serpent or aqua-type monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can banish this card from the graveyard to target the attacking monster and negate the attack. And if you do, that target loses 500 attack until your next end phase, and this can only be activated once per turn. And that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, we have 2 copies of Legendary Ocean. This card's name is treated as Umi. Reduce the level of all water monsters in both players' hands and on the field by 1, and all water monsters gain 200 attack and defense. So yeah, there's a few cards in this deck that refer to using the effects of Umi, and obviously this card will have that name. We have Terraforming, used for bringing out the Legendary Ocean cards. Water Hazard. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower water monster from your hand. You must control no monsters to activate and to resolve this effect, and it is a continuous spell card. Aquajet. You can target 1 fish, sea serpent or aqua monster you control, and it gains 1000 attack. Surface. Target 1 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent or aqua monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense position. Moray of Greed. Shuffle 2 water monsters from your hand into the deck and then draw 3 cards. I like this card as it has the Pot of Greed and Grin, so kind of guessed it was something to do with drawing cards. Next we have Salvage. Target 2 water monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard and add those targets to your hand. Dark Hole. Everyone knows what that does, just destroys all monsters on the field. Big Wave, Small Wave. Destroy all face-up water monsters you control, then you can special summon water monsters from your hand up to the number of monsters destroyed by the same effect. That's pretty good for getting out your better ones if you have them all in hand. And that's it for the spells and for the traps. Aegis of the Ocean Dragon Lord. Until the end phase, face-up level 3 or lower water monsters that you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. The Forgotten Temple of the Deep. While this card is up on the field, this card name becomes Umi. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one face-up level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent or aqua monster that you control, banish that target, and during the end phase, special summon the monsters banished by this effect. Tornado Wall. Activate only while Umi is up on the field. While Umi is face up on the field, you take no battle damage from attacking monsters, and you have to destroy this card when Umi leaves the field. Torrential Tribute. When a monster is summoned, then you have to destroy all monsters on the field. Spiritual Water Art AI, or AO, I can't really pronounce that. Tribute one water monster, look at your opponent's hand, and send one card from their hand to the graveyard. Gravity Bind. Level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack, so always good considering all your monsters are pretty much level 2, 3, 4. But yeah, this card is used for stalling, basically. And finally, Poseidon Wave. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and negate the attack, and then when you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent for each fish, sea serpent or aqua monster that you control. So that's a pretty good card. And yes, that is the entire deck. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like this video, comment down below, and to tell me what things you would recommend to take out and to put in. And yeah, I will. Please subscribe if I haven't already mentioned that for future content, and I shall see you in the next video.